on one of them. Which one is that? 43. Okay, so we're starting here. We're going to read together, okay? And we'll begin right now. Sri Sutta Goswami said, O learned saints, the childhood pastimes of Sri Krishna are very wonderful. Maharaj Parikshit, after hearing about those pastimes of Krishna, who had saved him in the womb of his mother, became steady in his mind and again inquired from Shukadeva Goswami to hear about those pious activities. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, O great sage, how could things done in the past have been described as being done at the present? Lord Sri Krishna performed his pastime of killing Aghasura during his Kaumara age. How then, during his Pauganda age, could the boys have described this incident as having happened recently? O greatest yogi, my spiritual master, kindly describe why this happened. I'm very much curious to know about it. I think that it was nothing but another illusion due to Krishna. O my Lord, my spiritual master, although we are the lowest of Kshatriyas, we are glorified and benefited because we have the opportunity of always hearing from you the nectar of the pious activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sutta Goswami said, O Shonaka, greatest of saints and devotees, when Maharaj Parikshit inquired from Shukadeva Goswami in this way, Shukadeva Goswami immediately, remembering subject matters about Krishna within the core of his heart, externally lost contact with the actions of his senses. Thereafter, with great difficulty, he revived his external sensory perception and began to speak to Maharaj Parikshit about Krishna Katha. That brings us to the end of this chapter. Okay, have we got it there? Vayam dan yattama loke guropi kshatra bandavaha vayam bibhanum manu muhustatva vayam bhama muhustatva Punyam Krishna Kathamritam. Translation, Vayam, we are. Danyatama, most glorified. Loke, in this world. Guru, O my Lord, my spiritual master. Api, although Kshatra Bandavaha, the lowest of the Kshatriyas, because we did not act like Kshatriyas. Vayam, we are. Pibhamaha, drinking. Mahuh, always. Tattvaha, from you. Punyam, pious. Krishna Katha Amritam, the nectar of Krishna Katha. Translation, let's do this together. O my Lord, my spiritual master, although we are the lowest of Kshatriyas, we are glorified and benefited because we have the opportunity of always hearing from you the nectar of the pious activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, which is going to be played out through charades. Okay, Hari Bol. The pious activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are very confidential. It is not ordinarily possible to hear such activities unless is very, very fortunate. Parikshit Maharaj placed himself as a Kshatriya Bandava. which means the lowest of the, okay? The qualities of the Kshatriya are described in Bhagavad Gita. And although the general quality of the Kshatriya is Ishvara Bhava, the tendency to rule, a Kshatriya is not supposed to rule over a Brahmana. Thus Maharaj Parikshit regretted that he had wanted to rule over the Brahmanas and had there been cursed. Cursed. He considered himself the of the Kshatriyas. Dhanam Ishvara Bhavascha Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam. And that's from Bhagavad Gita chapter 18, text 43. There was no give me a D, 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 O, 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 O. Doubt. Yes, thank you. Haribo, thank you. There was no doubt that Maharaj Parikshit had the good qualities of a Kshatriya, but as a devotee he presented himself with submissiveness and humility. As the lowest of the Kshatriyas, remembering his act of wrapping a dead serpent around the neck of a Brahmana. A student and disciple has the right to ask the Guru about any confidential service, and it is the duty of the Guru to explain these confidential matters to his disciple. Thank you very much, Haribol. We did that all together. Hare Krishna. Okay, so now I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out how we can have a New Year's message and have this particular story meshed together in with that message. Let's see where it goes, okay? But we'll need your help and your blessings. I'm going to go back a little bit. Hare Krishna. Okay. Mistakes have been made. Mistakes are being made now, and they'll continue to be made because this is a world full of flaw. The material world is full of mistakes. And as the saying goes, to err is human. It means that we make errors. And where there are errors, there's the opportunity for corrections. Okay? We have what's called correctional services. And this is a system that's set up to help people who have made some mistakes, some errors, and so there's room for improvement in life. And just going back to the story of errors, it was Maharaj Parikshit who made a mistake. And he is the last. Have you ever heard the phrase, last of the Mohicans? Have you ever heard that before? Last of the Mohicans? That's the last of a tribe or a nation in North America. The last person standing from a particular tribe. It's very sad, but there was one, I traveled to Newfoundland, and there's, they have photos of the last woman of that indigenous group who passed away. The whole tribe died from tuberculosis. So they have some photographs of her, the last person standing. It's kind of a sad thing, right? So now we know that in the line of the story here that Kali Yuga is about to creep in, and this is the last of the great kings is Parikshit Maharaj. And the way he became dissolved from this world is the result of a mistake made by a young Brahmin boy, Sringi. And he took offense when Parikshit was, moving along on his horse and just doing what a Kshatriya is supposed to do, check up and see what's going on in the world, his territory. Like a farmer, he'll go, I was raised in the farm, so farmers would go in their field, in their pickup truck, and the dog would be, next to him, and the window would be rolled down, and the dog would go, because he liked when the air is blowing and his ears are flapping. So the farmer's just trying to see, well, what's going on? Is the fence up? Has it been damaged in any way? Is there anything to be concerned about at all? How's the crop doing? And all that kind of thing. Is there flooding? Is there some kind of erosion? Are there erosion concerns and things like that? So the Kshatriya would do the same thing, go on his horse and just check to see what's going on. In the course of that, he saw a man, he was engaged in meditation, dhyana yoga, and Parikshit had gone on for some days now, and he was very tired, and he was just wanting some water. He wanted to get attention from this yogi who was himself absorbed in doing what he's supposed to do, which is to meditate. And Parikshit was trying to get his attention, just so that maybe he can be accommodated. And a Brahmin should never have to, necessarily take the role of being a servant to a Kshatriya. At least that's the protocol. But that didn't happen. The yogi was very absorbed. Parikshit Maharaj was upset. He took it as an offense, and he saw a snake nearby that was dead. Has anybody ever seen a dead snake on the road or on the trail? That does happen. Yeah. Sometimes vehicles drive over snakes. Sometimes crows and various birds, feathered friends, may come, especially the big ones, and they'll come and they'll take the liver out or the heart out of the snake, and then it's gone. So something like that. Something happened to this snake. It was just his expiry time, and Parikshit took this snake, dead snake, and wrapped it around the neck of the yogi who was in meditation. So somebody had given me this garland, and that's showing respect or showing kindness and so on, like that. But if you put a dead snake around someone, it's a little bit, what shall I say, it's a little bit out of protocol. And so the young boy, or the son of the yogi, he had witnessed this, and he took offense. So in previous ages, Brahminical people, or those who were practice yoga regularly, they had what's called Brahma Tejas. They had extraordinary power to do amazing things. So Brahmins would bless or curse. There's so many stories about blessings, a lot of stories about cursing, and so on like that. So in this case, it was a curse. The young boy decided, my father's offended, I'm not going to take this. This is a rascal. And, as the saying goes about offenses, one mistake or two mistakes don't make everything perfect, So a second mistake rolled out here, and by cursing. Curse was let's say, an act of, let's say, jumping to conclusion very quickly, not knowing the circumstances, and not having a look at the full picture, the whole picture. Now, one thing is, when we talk about Kshatriyas, we talk about Brahmins, and most of the stories about Kshatriyas and Brahmins in the Bhagavatam, right? We don't hear too many stories about Shudras or humble people, or the Vaishyas. Maybe they're a boring group of people, I don't know. But we hear about Brahmins and Kshatriyas. And there's, in the case of Kshatriyas, they are supposed to protect, that's their role, in 1843, the qualities are given. Tejas is one of them, that is having extraordinary influence or power. The Brahmins also had power, but this is misplaced power with this Brahma Tejas on the part of the young Brahmin boy, and the curse that followed thereafter. So what rolled out, as the story goes, the curse was that the king would live for 1 week. Now, what would you do if you were cursed? What if the doctor diagnosed you? You've got some cancer here, and it doesn't look very good. I hate to tell you the story, but you've got about 1 week to live. Okay, what would you do in such a circumstance? Have you ever thought about that? We all know some people are given the blues news that you're not going to live very long, and I'll give you 1 week. So what are you going to do? What would you do? What would you arrange? Okay, well, I'll get a ticket for Disney World. Then after that, I'll fly over to Las Vegas. We'll do a little bit of gambling, have some fun, or whatever the case may be. Nope, but then you can just adjust it. That's all you have to do. Okay, so this is what some people respond to when they're informed that they're not going to be here for very long. And so my question is, what would you do? Have you ever thought about that before? Have you got 7 days and 7 nights? Maybe not even 7 nights, but 7 days and 6 nights. What would you do? And you ask the big question, what to do? Okay. And then those who are wise will make the choice, the decision to look at their own personal self. And the self, it means the Atma. It's not the body. It's not about your social status. It's not about any of that type of stuff. It's really just more about, who I am really, and what to do about that. So the true identity is that we're not this body. We're not the social anything. We are just here to cover over some karmic matters, to play out some of the karma that we're due to face. That's all it is. And you make the best use of a bad bargain. You follow dharma. You follow, principles. And you follow what you're supposed to. Dharma is a magic word, by the way. And Prabhupada explains it's the natural instinct of something. Natural instinct. It's the essence of someone, the guna and karma of someone. That's what chapter 4 from Bhagavad Gita reveals a little bit about the nature of the psychophysical self. Okay, so that's the physical body. However, we have some role to play. We mentioned it before. You have certain codes according to your modes. Now, what are we to do? Should we identify with something that's very superficial, like the body, or shall we get serious about ourselves and really go deep? So now I just want to say that the Brahmins are known to have they see the big picture in general. They oversee or bless the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas, Shudras, and so on like that. Just see what's going on in the world. Not just amongst humans, but also they have a care and a concern about the environment as well. So they have the big picture. When we look at a Kshatriya, the picture is also big, it's grandiose, but it's smaller. The Kshatriya saying, this is my land, this is my territory, this is my nation, my kingdom. When it comes to the Vaishya, there is a vision, And that vision is less broad. It's smaller. Well, my community, my, let's say, my clientele, so who are the people that I'm feeding, or who are the people that I am serving? So it's a smaller picture. When it comes to Shudras, it's usually the case of looking at, the vision is, well, my family, or even sometimes just myself, So it just narrows down. So we are encouraged to be more like the Brahminical person, or more so like the Vaishnava. Vaishnava means a follower of Vishnu. And Vishnu is something really big. Vishnu is a big guy. He's a big guy. And when I, last time I walked through the prairies on one of the marathon walks, I stayed in this area for a couple of days called, what was it called? East End. What a name it is. East End. We were at the library, and it was promoted that the walking monk would be in town. He'll be speaking about his walking experiences. So some people came, and there was one family. They were actually ranchers. They were beef cattle people. And they said, we're vegetarian. So I'm not doubting that they were. Can you imagine running a business and they were vegetarian? They didn't eat the animals that were being slaughtered or sold. So the one gentleman, he came, the man out of the three, we had a little private moment or something, said, I just want to tell you something confidentially, Swami. I always believed that at the end, when I die, I'm going to meet a big blue man. So big size. We need to think big, and followers of Vishnu, that is a trait. Srila Prabhupada, our spiritual master, he wanted us to think big and to do big. He said that particularly about Americans. He said, you Americans, you beautiful people, you always think big, so do something big for Krishna. We'd raise his voice, for emphasis. Do something big for Krishna. So now the New Year's is upon us, and I hope you all had a nice celebration. Some of us went to Old City Hall. We were trying to shake up the foundation a little bit. And we were just thinking, we came in, of course, as a tradition amongst the devotees here, to kind of clear the atmosphere with the holy name. And then to have a restart. What am I going to do now? Well, am I going to go to Disney? Am I going to go to Las Vegas? What am I going to do? I'm going to spend a little bit of money that I have, or probably I'll raise money. I'm going to die in 1 week, so send me your, what do they have? They GoFundMe. And I'll take care of my last few days. So have pity on me. I'm a nice guy, so, Okay, everyone's a nice person deep down inside. But what we do have to think about is, what if I don't live very long? I spent a little time with a godbrother who was dying from lung cancer up in Owen Sound, and it's pretty obvious. When I was there, the nurse came, gave him a device for oxygen. He had trouble breathing. And so it can happen any time for any of us, okay? Really, so what are you going to do? Do you have some thoughts about that? So those who are a little bit more Brahminical in their mindset, Vaishnavas, for instance, they're going to think about big. What can I do that's of a colossal nature? What will benefit the world, the society? Maybe it's a small act that I'll perform, but I want to be an inspiration for everybody else. Isn't it important to think about what can I do to inspire? There's two things that people do, I guess. We look to be inspired, and the other way to look at life is, how can I inspire? right? And when you do something that inspires others, then that's very effective. And at this time of the year, when there's a new year just around the corner, you flip the calendar, it says, oh, something's new. It's a little bit like having a birthday. Now that you're 1 year older, how do you feel? And, it's just, well, kind of the same as before, But really, we should be thinking about what can I do? How can I impact the world in a way that everyone can move forward? I noticed myself, there's a lot of complainers. People love to whine, and they love to complain. Is that true? Yes, it's true. My dad, he used to complain about people always complaining. But what we can do is, instead of just dwelling on the negative, dwell on the positive. As Prabhupada, he was always such an upbeat person. You can be beat up or upbeat. It's your choice. And so here we're just encouraged to do the things that are going to be positive, leave a positive mark on society. That's our obligation, really. That's what Prabhupada expected of us, to do some dynamic things. So you can think about your resolutions. You can think about what you want to do to come out to be a better person and make a positive shift, because the world does tend to be quite negative. It is the place of errors, right? We already determined that. Let's see what we can do to turn things around. When Hiranyakashipu was born, he said, I'm here, I'm powerful, I'm great, and I'm going to make it so that the laws of karma will shift. If you do something good, then you'll get a bad reaction. If you do something bad, you get a good reaction. That was his thought pattern. Well, of course, it didn't work out. He was not a very realistic kind of individual. And anybody who thinks along those lines is also thinking in a demonic way. So maybe the world can be less demonic and can be more angelic. What do you think? And we all impact. We all are in a situation where we influence the world by our thoughts and our decisions. So let's do something nice. Prabhupada said, I've made you fortunate, now you make others fortunate. 2026, wow, I believe it. And, resolutions are something that we try to do realistically. I would just offer this suggestion. Let's get a little more serious about our sadhana. If it's not going to be sadhana, it will be sadhana. Right. There's a lot of sad things that you can do, When people have a chance. For instance, I'm retiring. What am I going to do? I'll probably drink a little bit more. I'll take it easy. I'll do the things I want to do. What do you want to do? Okay? Probably not the most wholesome things. So maybe that's the time to take some direction, some guidance. Maybe it's the time to say, oh my Lord, oh my spiritual master. But most people don't have spiritual masters, right? They just don't. They've got their idols. They got their people they go to for their concerts, who strut around and with scantily clad on whatever, half-on clothes. And this is like, woo, 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 woo. And this is for old people. They do that as well. So anyways, we have to be a little bit picky and choosy about what we're going to do with ourselves, and do get inspiration from some people who are thinking about their resolutions. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the tables around, and I'll ask some of you if it's okay to publicize or to make it known. Have you thought about your resolutions? This is what we do. And you know what's nice about our culture? we have several New Years. There's something called Gaura Purnima. You know, we have this time of the year. We have for some people it's Diwali, or when Hanuman's born. You know, it's great. We got so many New Years, so that means we have opportunities for many, many resolutions to come out there. So does anybody like to share their resolution? And I think that could be fun. Will you take this microphone around? And we have one more? Okay. So Rohan, you're the gopher. You go for this and you go for that. Okay? You're the gopher. And gophers do that. Does anybody like to share their resolutions? I mean, it's not going, if it's not too embarrassing. I thought it'd be kind of fun and inspiring for people. Because we have a little time, actually. Good. Do we have someone who wants to reveal their...
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Haribol, how are you?
Good Maharaj.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year Maharaj.
Chai.
Maharaj, should it be spiritual? Is it very generic goal?
It could be generic, whatever you like.
Okay. My goal is like, one, I have to let go, one, I should do. Right? That's how I've been trying to set it and follow.
Okay.
Laugh more, right? And stress less.
Okay.
So that's
Stress less. What was the first one?
Laugh more.
Love more.
Yes. Laugh more. Laugh more.
Laugh. Okay.
More.
Okay.
And stress less. That's
Okay.
mine.
Does your Prabhu know about this program? Yeah.
I think he would act accordingly, I believe.
I think that's wonderful. Anybody else want to express? It is inspirational, honestly, to hear about people's, resolutions, what they have in mind towards improvement. Leo, would you like to reveal the truth about yourself? If you like.
I feel like in this coming year, I should more monitor myself, be present. Sometimes I can feel okay. I should go to bed earlier, have a good rest, good sleep, to be able to give out more during the day. So focus on my physical body maintenance in a good way, so it can be a good conductor.
Good, great. And tell me the truth. This morning you got up and you took out a bucket of cold water.
Actually, a few of us did, yes.
It was outside in the garden, right?
Yes.
Outside. Did the clouds ascend? That's what happens, right? The heat goes up. How many people did that today?
3 of us.
You and Jivadoya?
Yes. And Sarthak?
Sarthak, yeah. He's a natural brahmachari. Wow. I admire him so much. He inspires me. Well, that's great. That's wonderful. Perhaps you'll inspire other people to do the same thing in the garden.
So,
in the morning.
it helps me to have more energy throughout
Yes, yes. These are energy givers, when you take a cold bucket of water shower in the morning. Chai, Haribo. Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hare Krishna.
Chai, that's wonderful. Anybody else? Happy New Year, or surprise, or...
Hare Krishna Maharaj. This resolution I take even Kartik month resolution, every time I take, hopefully 2026 I will able to starting to focus to take care of my body and
Focus,
like
more
take care of
care.
it, do some stretching, all
Or
this.
physical
so, yeah,
stuff. Okay.
So, and staying away from more medicine than the.
Oh,
so that
stay
is-
away from modern. That's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
one.
So that's what, but end up forgetting about it.
Okay. So you're going to take better care of your body,
Yes.
right? Okay, the physical self. That's a good one. Hey.
Hare Krishna.
Where are the ululators? Okay. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, I went deep diving into goals and resolutions this year. So I have a friend who does goal setting and stuff. So I met her and we went through a process of putting goals into a lot of different buckets. So it starts with spirituality, which is my number one goal, to be more spiritual, to do more sadhana, to have the chanting numbers to increase and all of that. And apart from that bucket, the different buckets are health, family, career and wealth. And in all of these, we started with the process of why do we want to work towards a goal? Because they said if you don't know your why, it'll be very hard to stick to it. And the second thing is to do a weekly reflection on how you're doing on the goal. Otherwise, the time will really fly.
Okay.
So I have it in all different areas, like one or two.
Wow,
each.
you're going to be really busy, it seems.
Very
Wow,
busy.
fully occupied. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Maybe we can hear from one or two more people. Can we hear from one of the dudes here? You have one?
Oh, Hare Krishna. I want to be more consistent in my book reading.
Okay.
So,
Consistent in reading the books
Yep.
by His Divine Grace. Thank you. That's good. That's inspiring. Yeah. Very nice. Jai. And Uddhav, do you have something?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So, to be honest, I don't have any resolutions because I don't feel like I'm in a new year. Like it still feels the same thing, like I was yesterday in the temple and now. But I would love to make some resolution around my service. Like maybe helping other devotees to do those service like properly, like enabling other devotees. So I would love to make resolutions around that. Yes. So yeah. So yes, like that was.
What can you tell us in a nutshell?
Okay, so like there are many devotees who like.
No, it's just in a nutshell. Never mind too many devotees. Just
No, so I want to like enable or like assist devotees. Who
assist
are,
devotees.
Yes.
Jai Ho! Any one last person? Sartak Prabhu?
My New Year resolution will be to read more and maybe start to read and listen to a lot of lectures and make a good book of notes.
Beautiful, very nice. Bravo. That's inspirational. I saw another hand go up here. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my obeisances. For me, there are two specific goals which I have decided, and it's like engaging myself more in book distribution seva and being in association of devotees and being more selective in terms of whom I am with, so that they can inspire me to grow and progress in my journey.
Do you want to narrow it down? Just narrow it down. You're the last person. Narrow it down.
Like this, being like I want to engage myself in distribution of books, more seva,
Okay.
and
More
being,
seva and book
being
distribution.
selective for the in terms of association.
Okay. Sounds good. Jai. Haribo. Thank you very much. Any other reflections on the talk today? Oh, okay.
I had my hand raised for resolution.
For the longest time. I'm sorry I didn't notice it.
No, it's okay.
I usually know if somebody's got their hand up for a long time, usually a bird comes and lands on it. I didn't see that happen.
My resolution is to write more.
Write more.
Yeah, just so, well, I don't really write, so to start writing.
Start
just so-
writing.
Yeah, so I can feel more present and maybe monitor some of my patterns.
Okay.
and
Do some
thoughts.
journaling. That
Yeah.
kind of. Very good. Bravo. And how about you over there? No. No resolutions. Prabhus, thank you so much. We do hope you all have a good year. It's a spiritual one, surcharged. And, let's see what happens. We can be an incredible force in the world as Krishna conscious people. There's a great need to fill in a gap. There's a vacuum there, and it's of an incredible volume. a lack of spiritual practice, lack of spirituality, and I believe devotees are able to do something about it by just being a good example. Thank you so much. We still have some prasadam here for those who didn't get any yet, and I would take it that Manil will serve you with that. And he'll do it with a smile. Smile. Service with a smile. For those who didn't get. Prabhus, thank you so much. Sartak Varut, thanks for your blessings on this. And we can actually do Hare Krishna. Thank you. Devotees came from all over the place, like Oakville. How are the oaks doing over there? They're all going to sleep right now. The oak trees. Thank you. Those who came from far and wide. Tonight we have a program at 6 o'clock, and it includes a Guru Puja, Kirtan, Arti. There will be a drama. There will be some special music and some other surprises. Starts at 6 o'clock. And then on Sunday, we are in Saturday. Is it Saturday? Durham? I forgot. Third, 2 days from now. Yeah, we have a program there in the afternoon, 4 o'clock. Those of you who are on the East End, it's especially for you. All right? So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam bhavanebhyo